Guys, Xbox is cooking this month. We got some amazing updates, including to the controllers that increase its performance. A potential new Xbox console leak has surfaced. Man, I have some thoughts on this. And finally, we have some Xbox rumored events, one coming very soon and another later in the year. And I think I know, or at least I'm going to guess on what I think they're going to be showcasing. If you haven't subscribed, do so. Thumbs up. Let's get into it. All right, let's jump into the rumor that surfaced about a potential new Xbox hardware we have not seen. This list was actually uncovered yesterday, showing the previously known Xbox console code names. If you look, Durango was the code name for the Xbox One. Scarlet, as we all know, was the keyword for Xbox Series S and X, but this next one here says Xbox Keystone. This has led to speculation that maybe it's a new diskless Series X, which makes a ton of sense. But more than likely, if I had to put my chips in on the table, it's probably the upcoming TV stick for xCloud. The reason I think so is right alongside the Keystone, right below it, it talks about Azure and Server Cloud Host. Then you think about the name Keystone itself. I mean, a TV stick almost is like a key, right? So more than likely, that's what I think it is. I'm not shocked though. It's been in the works for quite some time, and I'm almost expecting that this xCloud TV stick is going to drop almost literally any day now. Don't be shocked if we see it at least by this summer. But a new diskless console would be awesome, or maybe even a next-gen console or a refresh of what we have now. Not sure, but either way, guys, let me know what you guys think this means down below. So guys, we got some pretty significant Xbox updates. Pin to quick resume has you seamlessly switch between multiple games and resume gameplay instantly from where you left off. So now you can pretty much quick resume 2 different games. This is awesome, I mean, because if you're someone like myself that jumps from one to another, this just makes it that much easier, not having to load up the game from scratch. So love seeing this. Then we got an update for the Xbox wireless controllers. You can now remap the share button and do things like mute your TV, open friends list, open achievements, and much more. So this was cool. Finally, we got an Xbox device firmware update that includes fixes and updates that will improve the performance on the Xbox controllers. So love seeing that. All right, jumping to our next story, guys. This is a rumor from Nick over at Xbox Era. He says that there's plans for Xbox to show or have shows that are going to happen in May and then another in September. Now, my guess is the May one could actually be maybe a deep look into Redfall, maybe some more third-party games. Then I was thinking the September one could be Starfield. I mean, that would not shock me. This is also on the heels, guys, and if you didn't hear about this, some recent news of Xbox hiring a new director for broadcast and event strategy lead. So this is what I'm assuming is somebody that's more than likely going to be starting up Xbox events, something like you see with the Nintendo Direct or PlayStation State of Play, especially as the job listing is calling for that type of strategy. And it makes a ton of sense because there is now a lot of first-party games in the works, lots of things happening within Xbox, and these types of events are things that we've all wanted to see from Xbox, guys. So we'll see what happens here in a month or so, see what games they could potentially feature at these shows, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on what we would see in a May or September Xbox show. Finally, guys, I wanted to cover some upcoming new Xbox Game Pass games coming in March. We have Shredders. This one's coming in on the 17th, and it almost looks like a Tony Hawk type of game with just snowboarding, right? There's a huge open world that you're going to be able to just dive into. There's even a full story mode, and of course, a game like this is going to feature full multiplayer as potentially going to be the biggest draw on this title. It's been a long time, I think, since we've gotten a good snowboarding game. I mean, for me, it's been years, and I'm really looking forward to this one. On March 24th, guys, we have a Memoir Blue. This is a full interactive story game that has you playing as Miriam, a champion swimmer, where you take her on a journey through her turbulent childhood and complicated relationship with her devoted mother. Almost sounds like my childhood. Gameplay's a little bit light from what I can see. If you're into a full casual type of game, I mean, this could be your thing. Finally, though, the game that I'm actually hyped about coming to Game Pass is Weird West. This is from the developers of Dishonored and Prey, and it's an action RPG set in a fantasy world where you play alternatively between 5 characters whose fates are pretty much intertwined, and you have to kind of make sure they make their way back to each other. Each choice you make in the game is going to really matter to the character's storyline. Each encounter is going to be unique and unfolds in really in a lot of different ways. I've really been looking forward to this game for a while. Love how it's coming to Game Pass because I was going to buy it without it. So we're not going to have to wait long for this one. It comes on March 31st. With that, guys, if you want to know the best games on Xbox Game Pass, click that video on the top left, and I'll see you in the next video.